If your husband passed away, I need you to hear me because there may be money sitting there right now with your name on it that you don't even know about. When somebody works their whole life and pays into Social Security, that doesn't just disappear when they're gone. A surviving wife can collect on her husband's record. They call them survivor benefits. And I have known too many widows, good women, out here struggling, counting pennies, not knowing they were entitled to a bigger check this whole time. So if you lost your husband or you know a woman who did, please listen close because this is money that could change everything and nobody is going to call you up and offer it. You have to know it exists, and now you do. Let me walk you through it. Now, let me explain this the way somebody should have explained it to you a long time ago. When your spouse passes, Social Security has something called survivor benefits, and here's the basic idea. You can receive a benefit based on what your husband earned and paid in over his lifetime, not your record, his. And if his check was bigger than yours, which for a lot of couples it was, that can mean more money coming to you every single month. Now, I want to be careful and clear here because this part trips people up. You don't get both checks added together. You don't get your full check plus his full check stacked on top of each other. Social Security generally gives you the higher of the two, not both combined. So if his benefit was larger than yours, you can step up to that larger amount. That's the heart of how this works. Let me go through who can actually get this because it's more people than you'd think. First and most common, a surviving husband or wife. If you were married to him, you can qualify. But here's something a lot of folks don't know. A divorced spouse can qualify too. If you were married to that man for 10 years or more, even if you've been divorced for decades, you may be able to collect survivor benefits on his record when he passes. 10 years of marriage, write that down because so many divorced women have no idea this applies to them and they leave real money on the table. Children can qualify as well. If there are still minor children, under 18 or a little older if they're still in school, or a child who became disabled before age 22, they can receive benefits too. And in some cases, even dependent parents who were relying on that person financially can qualify. So this reaches a lot of families. The question is whether you know to go claim it. Now let's talk about age because the timing really matters. And this is where you can either gain money or lose money depending on what you know. If you wait until your full retirement age to claim that survivor benefit, you can generally receive the full amount, up to 100% of what your husband was getting or would have gotten. That's the whole thing. But you can start as early as age 60. The catch is, if you start at 60, that check is reduced. You'll get a smaller percentage than if you'd waited. So it becomes a real decision. Do you need the money now and you take the reduced amount, or can you wait and get the full amount later? There's no one right answer. It depends on your situation, your health, your bills, but you deserve to know you have that choice. And here is one of the smartest things I can tell you today. So lean in. In some situations, you can take one benefit first and switch to the other one later. For example, some women take the survivor benefit early and let their own retirement benefit keep growing, then switch over to their own when it's worth more down the road. Or the other way around. This is the kind of strategy that can mean thousands of extra dollars over the years, and most people have no earthly idea it's even an option. So when you talk to Social Security, you ask them directly, what's the best way to time this for my situation? Make them walk you through it. A couple more important things. There's also a one-time death payment. It's only $255, which isn't much, I know, but it's there. And a surviving spouse or child can claim it. Don't leave it sitting. And here's something practical you need to know. If you're still working and you claim survivor benefits before your full retirement age, your check can be reduced if you earn over a certain limit. So if you're still on a job, that's another thing to factor in and ask about. Once you hit full retirement age, that earnings limit goes away. Now, let me tell you how to actually get this, because this part matters. You usually cannot apply for survivor benefits online. I want to repeat that because it surprises people. Survivor benefits typically have to be handled by phone or in person. So you'll need to call Social Security directly or go into your local office. Often the funeral home will report the death to Social Security for you, but reporting the death is not the same as applying for your benefits. You still have to go claim what's yours. Don't assume it happens automatically. It doesn't. So gather your documents, your marriage certificate, his death certificate, both your Social Security numbers, and call them or make an appointment. And do it sooner rather than later, because in some cases, benefits start from when you apply, not from when he passed. Waiting can cost you. Now, I have to say what I always say because I love you and I want you taken care of properly. I am not Social Security and I am not a financial advisor. Every situation is different. Your age, your work history, his work history, all of it changes the math. So everything I told you today, you take to Social Security directly and you let them give you your exact numbers and your best strategy. What I'm doing is making sure you know this exists and know the right questions to ask. Let them handle the rest. Because here's what breaks my heart. There are widows out here right now sitting in cold houses, skipping meals, stretching a tiny check when there may be a bigger one they're entitled to, just sitting there unclaimed because nobody ever told them. Don't let that be you. And don't let it be your sister, your friend, your mother, or the woman 2 pews over at church. So please share this video with every woman you know, especially the ones who've lost their husbands. You might be the reason somebody finally gets the money they've been owed all along. That's not a small thing. That's life-changing. Leave me a comment and tell me, did you know a wife could collect on her husband's record? Be honest. And if this helped you, you tell me that too, because it keeps me going. I'll see you next time. Take care of yourself and take care of each other.